some of that rust was structural. Today's video covers touching up some rust areas on my regular daily driver Cherokee. We had a 3-day break in the weather here in Michigan, so I was able to zip it in and coat it with a couple different materials that you'll see in the video. Mechanically, this thing's in great shape. The body's not that great. It's great by Michigan standards, but it's not great by pretty much anybody else's standards. A lot of the things I'm doing this are quick fixes. They're not permanent repairs or rust repair, and I'm not claiming them to be. They will help it look better and maintain a little bit more eye appeal, and at least go from a 50-footer to a 20-footer and save a little bit through the winter. Thanks for watching. Let's get to it. So we've had a small break in the weather, which is nice. I've got 3 days to hopefully do this. My harebrained scheme is to knock some of the rust down, coat it with a rust killer, also hit the rockers, do a real light scuff on everything, and go ahead and hit it with some truck bed liner in the can, color match, and top coat. This is only cosmetic. There's no coming back from this level of rust without doing repair. This is not repair. This is truly something just to slow it down a bit to improve the cosmetics, because mechanically this thing is very, very reliable, thankfully. I just want it to look a little better. And this will be a little better. I'm gonna hit this whole area with a Scotch-Brite to give it a gentle scuff so the paint will adhere better. I'm gonna do the same thing on the driver's side. The doors are in a little better shape, the rockers are in worse shape. It's Michigan. I'm also gonna treat the area on the roof line here. I am not gonna hit it with a bed liner, I'm just gonna scuff it, hit it with the rust stopping paint, and then prime and top coat. It won't be good, it'll be better than it is. I'm not gonna be removing the sill trim or the fender flares. In all likelihood, if I do, it's gonna damage the area, so I'm just gonna do my best job taping around them. I did my lawn bag trick, got the top ready to go. I'm going to re-wipe the area down with spray away, wipe the bottoms with spray away, and hit it with the rust inhibitor. I've taped off the sills, fender flares, the trim. Now all I have to do is do it to the other side, prep it, spray it. This masking is strictly for the rust inhibitor. I'm gonna tape everything off much different when I actually prime it and paint it. I also moved it to my back parking area, which I don't know if you guys have seen this. It depends on if I've released that video or not. If you haven't, it's preview. If you have, it's old news. Gonna hit it with a coat of spray away, and I'm finally gonna be able to paint that first coat of rust inhibitor. This is what I'm using as a rust inhibitor. It's Duplicator's Rust Fix. It's supposed to turn black once the stuff is dried. It's working okay so far. We'll see how it goes with this job. I'm gonna start at the top with the rust inhibitor and work my way down. Everything has 2 coats. I'm gonna let it dry for quite a while. I'll likely back it into my garage tonight. This is supposed to dry for about 24 hours before you top coat it with anything. I'm gonna do my best. I'm cutting it close with my very limited window of time before the winter hits again. It's a little bit sideways, but I've got to get used to that small door in the back. It's still throwing me off a bit. It's finally getting warm enough to start working on my Cherokee. I'm gonna throw a tarp down to keep the sand and the dirt in the parking area from getting on the paint. It is extra sunny today, which is nice. I had to peel back the tape at the belt line for the window seal. I'm gonna have to redo that, it just didn't look right. I went ahead and bagged wheels, got the car basically ready. I'm gonna redo this tape line. I'll end up likely priming some of the spots on the roof, and I'll start on the truck bed coating on the bottom. Let's get to painting. I guess I should say let's get to masking, then painting. Step 1 is mask what I can, which is pretty much everything. Motorcycle. might be a little hard to see because of the sunlight. This area should have turned black with the reaction of the rust. This paint doesn't work in every area I found. I'll show you some areas it did work. You can see how it turned black in these areas. There's some areas I think the rust is just too thick, it doesn't react correctly. There's gonna be some shadows in the video. I can't help it with the sun the way it is right now. I only taped off some of the area because right now I need to be able to open up the doors and do some things. I'm gonna go ahead and use a touch-up paint for primer. It's not exactly the right thing, but it's gonna work for right now. I forgot to order the right primer. Taped off that area. I'm really bad at painting, and I'm pretty sure that bedliner coating is going to want to go everywhere. It's going to be very tricky getting it inside the door jambs, which is what I'm going to do first. That's 2 coats and everything. Little runs here and there. I'm not the greatest with that can. I'm not sure if it's just the way the material comes out or what. I shook the crap out of it, but it still came out kind of strange. It's gonna look pretty good with a top coat. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's definitely gonna be better. Unfortunately, I miscalculated how well that paint top coat is gonna cover. I'm gonna have to hit it with primer because the color will not show through the black. So I'm gonna run around and hit all the base with this. I might not hit it in the door jambs, it just depends on how much of this I have. I can leave the inside of the door jambs black for now. The only person who's gonna see it is me or anybody getting in the car. The fact that I cannot just paint over the bedliner coating has made me push up my timetable, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the top with clear coat now. Then the primer should have enough time to dry on the bottom, and I should be able to tape up most of the rest of the car and hit it with color. I'm going to go ahead and protect as much of the body as I can with a drop cloth, even though it's kind of pointless now. It doesn't, whatever. Apparently, it's too windy for one man to put a tarp on. Time to color coat. The top has a bit of a haze to it. That's just from the clear coat. I'm not sure how I'm going to treat that. I'm likely just going to peel everything off and see how it goes. This is not exactly what I was hoping for, but I think it's going to look pretty good after the clear coat, a couple of washes. I don't think you'll really see the difference. Of course, I could be wrong once I take the masking off. Just give her a couple coats clear. I'm going to go ahead and pull the masking tape off the top, the front, and the wheels, and I'll slowly get the rest of it off as the clear coat has time to dry. Probably about an hour or so. Clean the overspray off the muffler because, you know, I don't want it to look like every TV show car where it looks great on the top, but you look underneath and you can see all the overspray. I want it to look professional, even though it was by no means professional. I'm going to pull the tape off after I come back for a party. Party went a little longer than I expected, so I'll be doing this in the dark. I'll show it to you in the morning. I'm stoked. You almost can't even see the difference. I think they turned out pretty good, all things considered. Not bad at all. A lot of what you're going to see this winter on my channel is going to be focusing on the Chambler. First stage is going to be taking all the parts I need for my two-door Cherokee out. And there's a big part of them right here on this blanket. I also plan to go on to an upcoming trade show that's happening in a very short couple of weeks. Hopefully all that goes through. If so, we're going to have some coverage of that. Hopefully I'll be able to meet some people and talk to some new people, get some ideas, and do some things. Hopefully meet some of you guys as well. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Let me know what you want to see. Thanks for watching.